afternoon, everyone. Hi, it is Paula D'Amico here live in the town of Tonawanda. Yes, live in the town of Tonawanda for our Sunday evening chat. Every Sunday evening, late afternoon, I jump on Facebook and we have a little conversation. I call it the hashtag reset button chat. And I actually thought of a bunch of things to talk about today. So this is your chance to just kind of jump in, check in, say, "Hey, Paula, I'm at home. I'm doing this to keep myself busy. Things are going okay. Things are going great. Things are not going okay. I'm looking for, I need to connect with." This is your time to just kind of, for us to, you and me, have a little conversation, jump on, say hello, give me a wave, give me some love. I'd love it if you give me some love. And it's just time for us to sit together. I usually grab a cup of tea. Today I have some water with a little lemon. Hydrating myself. I need to increase the water, of course. As always, I am au naturel. So I do not have any makeup on, and I don't have any contacts in as well. And my hair, well, my hair is kind of, I guess it's okay now, but it wasn't looking too good earlier today. Hello, Jen. Nice to see you. Sarah, Pam, Francie, Amy. Gosh, there's so many of you. Thanks so much for joining on, everybody. So, hey, it seems like we have a lot of ladies that are jumping on. How's everybody's hair holding up? Are you doing okay? We're not able to go to our hairdressers to get our hair done. So I think we're coming up with some innovative ideas and on how to keep our hair fresh looking. And so, when we do have to walk outside with our mask, oh, darn, I was going to bring my mask. Anyways, when you do have to walk outside with your mask, you want to make sure, they're not going to really see your face, but your hair. Man, somebody's going to see, you're going to go to the supermarket and run into maybe, that ex-boyfriend from high school that you totally adored and you haven't seen him in 20 years. But hey, here you are in the supermarket with no makeup on and a mask, and there you run into him, right? It's always the way. It's Murphy's Law. So how's the hair holding up, ladies? I want to know. And even gentlemen, how's the hair holding up? I got to tell you, I'm going to share a funny story with you, and I'm sure my son's not going to like it, but I'm going to share it anyways. So my son, who had a huge coif of hair on the top of his head, has decided, since we couldn't go to the hairdresser, that and his hair was bothering him, that he was going to shave it off. Not just a little bit, he shaved the whole darn tootin' thing off. So that is, that's one way of dealing with it, I guess. Personally, I'm dipping into some new hair products to see if those work, because my usual places are not open. So let me know how's the hair going, and how are you holding up? I know some friends of mine have gone back to some old school ways of keeping their hair fresh, maybe a little peroxide or Kool-Aid. I think that was one of my friends, what she suggested, she threw out there. And that all just snowballed into a conversation of, what did you do when you were in high school? So how is everybody? How are you doing? Seriously, I know it started out almost like a late night monologue, but I just want to know, how are you folks? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a wave. Let me know, how are you feeling and how are you working through this? Here we are going into another week. And I know that some of you are probably running out of things to do and ideas, but that's what this is about. This is about you and me coming together, having a conversation. I'm in my living room today. I always do in a different place. I come to you live from a different place in my house because I'm not going anywhere, folks, and neither are you. We have to stay home because, why are we staying home? We're staying home for the safety of ourselves, of our family, and of our neighbors. I think every week I've been saying, just stay in your one place for a second, and just for a moment, look to your right and then look to your left. You can look ahead and you can look behind too. These are your neighbors. So when you are thinking about, well, maybe I will just jump outside and I will go outside and I'm not going to wear a mask, or I'm not going to wash my hands, just remember and think about your neighbors. Think about those that are around you, and make sure that you keep in mind their safety as well. So, hey, did you notice I've got my Buffalo Strong t-shirt on? Hello. I'm like a superhero. I was going to say superstar. superhero, Buffalo Strong, hashtag Buffalo Strong. If you're wondering what that's all about, if you don't already know, it's a big movement happening here in the Buffalo, Western New York area. Spearheaded by Channel 7, yes, but I am supporting it as well because, every time you buy one of these t-shirts, a chunk of the money goes to Feed More Western New York. And why wouldn't you want to do that and help Feed More Western New York? They are helping so many families put food on the table that, they may not be able to have otherwise. So, that's my commercial. Hashtag Buffalo Strong. I got the t-shirt. I've been sporting it all weekend. Probably a good idea for me to probably take it off and wash it at this point. I've been wearing it, I think, for like 2.5 days. So that's my t-shirt. So nobody has said anything about your hair. So that's good. So nobody's noticed anybody's hair and that it's crazy. Mine's always crazy. A good old friend of mine, I'm not, and old is not like, I'm not saying old. A good friend of mine from back in the day says that as bad as it gets, she says, don't cut your bangs. You know what? I've been watching a lot of these TikTok. I sound like an old. I've been watching all. I jumped on TikTok, watching a bunch of those videos. That's one of those challenges for you to cut your bangs. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. You know what? I think most of us on here probably wouldn't. We wouldn't be cutting our bangs. But those youngins, they like to do some crazy stuff, cut their bangs and put peroxide on their hair and make it blonde or do some other things with it. So listen, the bottom line is, we're all in this together. If you are just trying to squeak by with your hair right now, that's okay. It's all right. Everybody, it's like we're all in the same boat here, friends, right? We are all going through this together. So it's okay. Just do the usual. Take a shower, wash your hair, do what you can. And at some point, we'll get our nails done, we'll get our toes done, and we'll get our hair cut and colored as well. So, Lori says, Sarah can attest that I do cut my bangs. Lori, don't cut your bangs. Don't cut your bangs. So what else are we going to talk about tonight? Because we always talk about stuff, right? For a good 45 minutes. I let you go about 6 o'clock because I want you to be able to jump on and watch the news, whether if you really want to know the news or if you were jumping on because you want to know what the weather's going to be like because you would like to go outside for a walk or get some fresh air. So I will let you go at 6 o'clock at the very least. How's dinner coming tonight? I always like to ask that question too. Last week there were a ton of you that suggested all sorts of dinners, all sorts of really like comfort foods that you were making for your family. Somebody suggested goulash, that they were making goulash. And so what did I make tonight? I made goulash for tonight. So I can't wait to dig in that with the fam. But got to watch the waistline. I feel like it's expanding, but I've kind of jumped on a little bit of an exercise regimen. So let's talk about that. How's your health doing? Hopefully, I'm going to say right now, all of you are safe and you are healthy and that you're okay. And that your loved ones, your family, your friends are okay too. This is not an easy time for us to be, reaching through the looking glass, right? Through the glass and just trying to touch base with our family and friends. We've seen the pictures of, grandparents on one side of the glass and a little child on the other placing their hand. We've seen those pictures. Maybe we've actually lived those pictures right now. We're just trying to connect and keep connected with our friends and our family and our loved ones and making sure that they know that we are there for them, because that's what it's all about. And that's why we're having this conversation tonight, and we have one every Sunday. Just, I want to know how you're doing. I want to know if you're safe. How are you getting through? How are you staying connected with your loved ones? Feel free to jump on at any time and share what is going on in your life. We have one family member, my mother-in-law. She is in a nursing home right now, and we can't go there. We can't say hello. We can't hug her. We can't do anything at this point until we're past the coronavirus. So hopefully, let's all pray together that and I'm not asking you to feel through the screen or anything. I'm just saying, you know what, let's all hope and pray that, they come up with some type of vaccine. Let's hope that, a lot of us stay home and we continue to wear our masks and continue to practice social distancing. Just because we have to practice social distancing doesn't mean that we are distant from our family and friends and even our neighbors. You can still yell across the way. You can still pick up the phone. You can still message each other on Facebook. I've been doing Zoom a lot. Man, I think I do Zoom at least once a day. It's crazy. And a matter of fact, I woke up super early yesterday, and don't ask me why. And I was just kind of cruising and perusing, and just swiping and looking on Facebook. And a friend of mine was online, and we started messaging each other. And all it takes is just a hello, just a heart. Just a little wave, and let people know that you're still there and you're still thinking of them. It's something really important that you may not have thought about, that you need to stay connected. But it doesn't take a lot of effort. And always make sure that you check on your neighbors, friends. We talk about, you and I have talked about the fact that we want to keep everybody in mind and stay on the social distancing, but we have to also make sure that we are keeping an eye on our neighbors and letting them know that we're thinking about them. We know that they're there, especially elderly neighbors. If you know that you have an elderly neighbor, maybe it may not be a neighbor, maybe it's a friend from church, maybe it's somebody across the street. Give them a call, make sure they're okay. Do they need anything? Can you call for them? Can you have something delivered? Maybe you can do something for them and deliver something to their doorstep. Let them know, I've left you dinner on your doorstep, or I went to the grocery store and I was able to pick up a few extra things that I thought you might need, and I left it in a bag on your doorstep for you. Okay, but make sure, use your noggin a little bit. Make sure that you're not leaving it in a paper bag on the doorstep, when it's pouring rain, and give them a call and let them know so they don't think that some stranger, what is this on my doorstep? So you always want to make sure that you're thinking of people around you. I don't know about you, but I'm actually a whole heck of a lot busy than well, no, I'm always busy, but I'm still really busy now that I'm at home. Are any of you who out there is working from home? If you are working from home, I feel it. I think I say it every week. I feel like it's twice as much work to work from home than it is at work. So it's a challenge. I'm up for the challenge, and I think I'm meeting the challenge. Some days are easier than other days, but I am fortunate that I have that opportunity to work at home. So with that in mind, let's talk about some other stuff, shall we? I'm just kind of checking to see if anybody has any suggestions for dinner. How's everybody feeling? Everybody's just kind of watching and hanging out, and that's okay. If you want to just sit on the couch, I'm sitting on the couch. If you want to sit on the couch and just watch and listen, feel free to do the same thing. It's all right. My friend Francie says, so good to see you. It's so nice to hear from you too, Francie. I want to make sure that everybody's okay. Francie's working from home and she's winging it. Well, I think a lot of us are kind of winging it, because talk about a new normal. It really is a new normal. Are we getting used to the new normal? I don't know about you. I'm not quite getting used to it. I like it, sort of, not really. I don't know. I'm maneuvering my way around it. And every week I think is like a different. It's a different type of schedule. I'm learning. Hey, Pam just jumped out. Hi, Pam. How are you? Nice to see you. Cindy's on. Doreen's on. Dave Romani's on. Oh, I usually don't say last name. Sorry, Dave. I'm so happy everybody's on. I'm so happy that you allowed me to be, so happy. I'm so happy that you invited me into your living room. Maybe you're sitting on the couch, so I'm so happy you let me sit next to you on the couch, and we're just chewing the fat. We're just having a convo, just checking in, seeing how things. I don't have an agenda when I do these. I just want to see how you're doing, and I want to know how you're working through this. When I started doing this a few weeks ago, I started with the hashtag reset button because this is really a reset for us, right? And I think our first week, we were kind of like, yes, it's a reset. We are venturing into unknown worlds here, working at home or not working, waiting to get called back to work. Um, Cindy says she's on the couch too. Awesome, Cindy. I think everybody should be on the couch right now. It's 5 o'clock. Take a break. We we are trying to, in the very beginning when I started the reset button, it was, and I don't mean to stumble, but that's how it was though, right? We were kind of like, how are we getting ourselves? What are we doing here? Nobody could wrap their head around it. I think we've kind of become we've gotten ourselves into a regimen now of sorts, and if we need to tweak it, we tweak it, right? Am I right? Anybody jump on and let me know. So we're in a little bit more of a regimen, but it's not the same, right? But we can make it as long as we get ourselves in a regimen. I think that's really important, because if you have a regimen, then you don't find yourself flailing. You don't find yourself going in one direction or the other. You certainly, listen, you don't want to find yourself getting into a place where you're not happy. You want to try to stay as happy as you can. These are hard times. I know. I understand. I absolutely understand. It's weird. We're trying to figure out our new way, right? But at the same time, when I say hashtag reset button, it's because it's giving us a little bit more time to be with our family, with our friends. I mean, albeit we're not together, but we are reaching out. Maybe you're having more meaningful conversations with your friends and with your family and with your kids and with your husband or wife. That's awesome. Maybe you're making new friends. There are some people out there that are making new friends in this new normal, which is kind of crazy to think about, but it's not when you think about you're connecting with people on social media. Speaking of which, I'm going to take a little sip of my beverage. Just water and lemon, one of my favorite. How is everyone connecting with new friends? And where are you finding your new friends? Let me know. That's really... I mean, I love new friends. I love people. I love talking. You know that. So let me know if you've been tapping into maybe you've been tapping into some new groups. Maybe you've been finding some peeps that you used to work with that you never talked with before. Hey, let me know how that's working out for you. Doreen says that she is still working, but they cut her hours. I'm so sorry to hear that, Doreen. This is what's happening to a lot of people now that were able to keep their job, is that they've trimmed some of their hours. They've created new schedules. I think a lot of that is because they want to sustain their, I mean, it's a person, this is not like a confirmed thing. I'm just kind of, from what I understand, they're trying to sustain the workforce. So they don't have to let actual bodies go. They cut your hours a little bit. And then when they're able to bring everybody back up to the full 40 hours or whatever your work week was, then they are able to, give you back all your hours. So yes, it's difficult when you have your hours cut a little bit, but just, if you can maybe think of it in that, I'm fixing my hair, sorry. If you think of it in that perspective, I pray for all of you, that anybody that is, has either, been furloughed, lost your job, looking for work now. Hey, I'm even praying for you if you're working at home, because that is no piece of cake either. And Jen says that she joined some coaching groups to get focused on her health and wellness. That's an awesome idea. That is a great idea. Jim says he is one of 5 that still goes in everyone else's home. One of 5. I don't understand that, Jim. Maybe you can clarify that for me. So we're trying to stay connected. Oh, he worked 35 hours. Okay. now, but at least working. Yes, exactly. That is great. At least you're working. You have to look at it that way, right? My friend Nancy just jumped on. Love Nancy. Nancy, did I see you at the sewing machine today? You were making some caps for some of our nurses and doctors. That's amazing. That's incredible. So on that note, I am going to thank everybody out there that has busted out the sewing machine and the needle and the thread and grabbed, I don't know, your old curtains. Maybe you were able to get your hands on some material. Maybe it's shower curtains, maybe it's whatever, old sweatshirts, whatever it is. If you have busted out the sewing machine, needle and thread, and you're making caps, you're making masks, you're making whatever it is for our doctors and nurses out there, you're amazing. That's amazing. We have to realize that we, at this point of our lives, where we are, what we're doing, we are all heroes. We're all heroes. And to embrace everything that everyone's doing, it is absolutely incredible. Aren't you excited some days? Even though we are in this weird place, this new normal and hashtag reset button and dealing with things in a different way, look at what's happening around you. I get really excited about it, and I get real passionate about it because it's really amazing. It is so incredible to see the people around us. People who haven't sewed in like eons, all of a sudden, they're sewing for doctors and nurses and their friends and people in nursing facilities. And they are delivering food and they're making donations. I mean, this is like the most incredible time in our lives. For many of us, we have never experienced anything like this ever. This is the first time that we are, and it's not just a medical emergency, it's that we have to stay home for the safety of everyone. And that's why I say we are all heroes, because we stay home and we wear our masks and we make sure that we're not just thinking about ourselves for once, although I know a lot of you are not like that, but we are thinking about everyone else around us. We're thinking about our family. We're thinking about our friends. We're thinking about our neighbors. We're even thinking about the people we don't know. We're thinking about the people that we go grocery shopping and we're walking down the aisle and we're being courteous. We move out of the way. We give people a nod. I was out and about driving around today. I had some drop-offs to do. People were waving and just, you're at a light and you see each other and you nod and you just smile. You just smile. That's the most incredible. I'm actually getting a little emotional thinking about it. This is such an unbelievable, it's such an unbelievable time right now, isn't it? As much as we are home and sometimes alone, and I'm so sorry, if you are never alone though, know that you are never alone, because you can always, and I don't mean to sound like a poet and I didn't know it, but you are never alone. You can always pick up the phone. You know that thing I'm going to pretend this is our remote. Remember that thing? You'd go like that. Pick up the phone and call someone, email someone, reach someone, message them. If you need to talk to somebody, listen, if you're jumping on right now, guess what? All these people are your people. They are your Facebook family. I'm sorry, I got all crazy and we are all in this together. And we are going to stay strong and we are going to lift each other up and we will survive and we will get through this. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Because you know why? Look at this. I'm going to show you this. Look at this. Buffalo will see it through. Can you see that? My girlfriend made that. And she sent it to me and asked me to put it in the mail, put it in the front window to give a little bit of support. Something like this is that's what you can do too. Put that in your window. Draw a picture, color a picture. There are rainbows popping up all over the place. This is your think of it this way. I know I got off the beaten track for a second. When you're walking down the street, if you are trying to make somebody happy and you're just trying to do it just because you want to do it, you put that in your window. Put a rainbow in your window. Put a sign on your front lawn. That means that your neighbors who are walking down the street are going to see that, and you're going to give them a smile. You're going to connect with them. Wow, what a new way to connect with your family and your friends and your neighbors and strangers that you have no idea what they're thinking, what they're feeling. What place are they in? The tears keep coming out of my eyes. I'm sorry. You just have no idea where they're coming from. And when you have something like that you're sharing with somebody else, how flippin' amazing is that? Because because it is so quiet outside too. Have you noticed? It's super quiet. So everybody is like hypersensitive, and you see things you haven't seen before. You're hearing things you haven't heard before. You're hearing the birds again. You're not hearing the cars so much. And as you walk down the street, getting a breath of fresh air, taking a break from being in the house, hopefully, you're doing the social distancing, wearing the mask, all that jazz. But maybe you zoned out. You're in a weird place. You walk by somebody's house and they've got this in their window. They've got a rainbow. They've got a sign. They've got, I don't know, maybe they still have their Christmas decorations up. It brings a smile to your face. It brings a smile to everyone's face. So that was, wow, man, I'm sorry I got all crazy. But I'm just passionate about it because I want you to know, as I take a deep breath, I want you to know that we're all in this together. And man, is it a powerful thing that's going on right now. It is unbelievable. We are picking all of us up together and holding us up. We are not letting that roof come down. I'm trying to think of that song. I can't even think of that silly song. We are holding each other up. And we are helping each other and move through this and stay strong and just feel like it's okay. And it's going to be fine. And we are going to make our way through it. Man, I'm a disaster today. Thank goodness this isn't like yesterday. I had makeup on yesterday. I would have been like, oh, like crazy looking. Oh, I have to tell you, it's really an amazing and incredible time. I challenge you. I'm going to challenge everybody right now. Why don't you do something that's going to brighten up your neighbor's face or strangers that walk down the street? Do it. Go ahead and do it. Get your hands on one of these. I know I keep showing it, but it's amazing. Get yourself a sign. Get yourself a T-shirt, Buffalo Strong T-shirt. Maybe you just want to make a sign that says Buffalo Strong and put it in your window, and or paste rainbows all over your windows. Or just I don't know. Do something. Maybe put your decorations back out. Don't put your Halloween decorations out. Don't do that. But put your Christmas decorations back out. Maybe your Easter decorations are still up. Okay, leave them up. That's what you need to do. And it's not just for you. It's not just for your neighbors. It's for you too. Because you know what? It's super fun. Is it not fun to? When was the last time you do a rainbow? I don't know. I think I'll do one tonight. When was the last time that you cut out some snowflakes? I know we don't want to think about snow, but it's fun. Why don't you cut out some snowflakes and color them like red, blue, green, and stick those on your window? Why don't you put something like that in the tree in your front house? Why don't I don't know? I'll throw out a million ideas for you. You all are creative. You can get your creative. You know what I found the other day? I found yesterday because my friend sent me that sign and she sent me a color version. I found crayons. How many? Do you have crayons? Okay, great. Bust out those crayons that you haven't had, you haven't used in a long time, and make something, draw something. I know there's probably a lot of tech people out there. Print some stuff up on your computer and put it in your window or make a sign. Put it on your garbage can. Put it on, I don't know, put it on a trellis. Do something. Just, anything. It's for you. It's for your family. It's for your friends. It's for your neighbors. It's for strangers. And guess what? Take a picture of it, because now it goes viral, right? I sound like I'm like going through the change or something. It's going viral. You could put it on Instagram or make a video or throw it on Facebook right here. Hey, why don't you, do you have something in your window now? Do you have something out? Go run outside. I'm going to be on for a few minutes. Run outside, take a picture, and share it with me right now. I would love to see it because it's amazing. These sea of fire trucks and ambulances and not ambulance, but see fire trucks and police that are showing up outside of hospitals and putting on their sirens, or tow truck drivers they're putting on their lights, they're putting on their sirens, they're letting these nurses and doctors know and patients know, we are here for you. We are supporting you. God, there's so many of you that have just jumped on. Karen's on, and Tim's on, and Garrett's on. Lori's been on. Pam, she says that her husband's in recovery, and he was just about ready to go back to work, but then the crisis hit. Oh, God bless you, Pam. God bless your husband. We'll pray for him. And Sharon's on, and Trisha's on, Doreen's on. There's so many of you that I'm so happy that you're here with me. I've kind of been yelling, and I think I'm losing my voice, but I'm so passionate about letting you know that we can do something else. Here's another new project for this week, right? And you're not ripping off your roof, and you're not, trying to build new walls or build something. You're just doing something simple that's going to lift your heart and soul up and those around you, everyone. And the power of social media, because whatever you do, and then you share it on social, it takes on a whole new life of its own. And now you've got hundreds of people that are sharing in the joy of something that you created. It's incredible. It's amazing. We are in a time, not just because it is a strange time, but we are in a time where we are coming together. We're lifting each other up. We're taking ourselves to a new level. And look at what we can do. Look what we can do on social media. It's absolutely incredible. Now, imagine 100 years ago. If this was going on 100 years ago, it certainly would be a lot difficult and different, right? We have the power. We have the power to lift each other up, to give each other words of wisdom, to lift our spirits up, and we've got the power to do something else too. We have that power of not just sharing a message, but spreading a little bit of positive. Maybe it's just a smile. Maybe it's just a funny picture. But, do something. So my challenge to everyone who's jumping on and off, and I'll reiterate the challenge again and again and again. My challenge to you is, and next week I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Next week I would like you or this week, I want you to grab a sign, make a sign, put it in your front window, put a sign on your lawn if you can do it, share a message, whether it's on your house, in your house, on social media. You could do all of it, in your house, outside your house, on social media, whatever. Do it. And share the love. It's share the love. And then maybe you want to throw on that hashtag reset button, because man, we are taking this to a whole new place. Our energy, weird, right? But weird, like kind of we're using it in a positive way. So let's do it. Let's continue lifting ourselves up. Whew, I'm exhausted. Lifting ourselves up to a whole new level. And in Buffalo, we'll see it through. So we have about 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left, because I always like to let you guys go before 6 o'clock, because I want you to be able to, watch the news if you feel you got to watch the news. Maybe you're watching the news because you got to check on the weather. You want to see what it's going to be like. Because I know y'all are going to be busy making signs and putting stuff out to make people's day. And you're like, I need to know when there's a sunny day because I got to make sure. That it's not going to blow away or get rained on, right? So I know you're going to be watching the news in just about 9 minutes or so. You know what? I totally went off the rails. I actually made notes today of some things so I can make sure that I could keep talking about something. And I think I jumped jumped off the rails and on the rails and all over the place, letting you know that hey guys, cut it out. I got the dogs here. They're going crazy. They're excited. See, they're excited too. I got all emotional and wanted to let you know that first of all that I'm here for you. Okay? I'm totally here for you. So if you feel like you got nobody to talk to, you just need somebody to say, hey, hello, send me a message. And then I'm hey, hello. I'm gonna wave right back at you. Give me maybe the emoji or something. Share with me, your pictures, because we talked about sharing the love. This is such a strange time, yet the energy is so uplifting and so motivating in so many ways. We are, and I'll just reiterate, we are in a different place, but because we're in a different space doesn't mean that we're in a negative place, because we are, take that moment. It's so quiet. It's so quiet in your neighborhood now, isn't it? You're not hearing all the traffic. You're hearing the birds. You're even hearing the squirrels. You're hearing the wind blowing through the leaves the leaves aren't quite out there, but you're seeing it and you're feeling it and you're hearing the noise, and you're hearing the noise of nature. You're not hearing the noise of cars and smelling pollution. You're smelling like maybe somebody's got a fire going in their backyard, or maybe they're barbecuing. There are things that are happening, things that you maybe happen on a regular basis in your neighborhood or where you walk and talk that you don't normally see, hear, and experience, because the world around us has been so loud and has been so polluted. And I don't mean that because of like exhaust. I just mean there's so much going on around us. And now that we have had to put the brakes on everything, it's quieter and it's softer. And it's an amazing experience when you go for a walk, when you go outside, when you breathe the air, when you talk to your neighbors, when you have an exchange even across the street, when you're driving to the store even, and you're next to somebody at the traffic light and you're going to look at them and nod your head or wave your hand. When you're in the store, you're courteous to each other. Oh, excuse me, let me move out of your way. Did you need to get here? Can I get that for you? It almost feels like, and it feels better than this, but you know what it almost feels like? It feels like Christmas. When everybody gets into this great holiday mood and they are so nice to everybody, and then the day after Christmas, you're like, ooh, I know it's the day after Christmas. This is better than that. This is like we've taken it to a whole new level. So as I start to wrap up our Sunday evening together. I love these Sunday evenings that we spend together. Feel free, throw out a message. Share with me your pictures. Show me your pictures. I want to see what you're doing. I'm going to share my picture with you next week. I'm gonna do something for the window. I don't know what I think I'm just going to do a rainbow, do something simple. Maybe I'll find something to put out on the front lawn. I don't know. I'm getting my lawnmower back this week, so I'll be able to cut the lawn and put something out there. So, with all that, I'm going to challenge everybody. Do me that favor. Do something. Draw something. Put something in your window. Put something on your front lawn. Do something that gives somebody some light and some love and lifts them up to a higher place. It can be just a nod at the traffic light or a wave. It's these are strange times, but we are all working together we're working together. Right? And we're gonna be Buffalo strong. We're just gonna be strong. And I wish all of you a safe. I'm wishing you darn it, I am wishing you a safe evening, a safe week, blessings on everyone. Do something for yourself and for your family. Do something different. Make a neat dinner. Play a game tonight. Snuggle up on the couch. I'm already on the couch, so I'm good. I'm good. I got goulash in the crock pot. It's all right. And I think that's about it, folks. I'm not trying to leave you high and dry. That was exhausting. If you we're not able to see our past 45 minutes together, then I strongly suggest, give me a couple seconds. I'm going to put this back up and y'all can watch it and take on the challenge. I'm challenging everybody. Do something for your neighbor. Do something for a stranger. Do something when you're out and about. And everyone, stay safe. Stay healthy. Keep smiling. Stay in the positive road, and I love y'all, and thank you so much for joining me here on the couch in my living room on the Sunday evening. You can see it's starting to get a little dark. That means it's just about time for me to sign off, so I can go have some goulash and put on my jammies and relax. Next Sunday, I'm back here next Sunday, my friends, at 5:15 every Sunday, right here on Facebook. Love y'all, and hashtag reset button, and stay safe, my friends. I can't wait to hear from you and see what you're doing to lift others up as well. And have a good evening, and bless you, and stay safe.